searching.
Alright lads, so I'm not going to do the SupDev preamble, so I'm just going to jump straight in. Got to go with Jeff first. Like, win in Germany, how's it feel?
It's a good result at the end of the day. Game of two halves, obviously. Generally what happens in our games, we may start slow, but you know, when we regroup at half time, put a few things right, say a few home truths, I think generally we come out strong second half. So look, it's a good opportunity. Like I said, the lads here got drinking pints and that, so they're embracing obviously the culture, and not every day, you know, you get out to fly out and play an international friendly in such a prestigious kind of venue. So you know, it's great for us, especially for team bonding as well, and you know, it's a good start to end to our pre-season.
I'm going to direct this one at Elliot. As one of the guys who's done both our international games so far, how does one compare to Jupiter away?
Obviously, when we went Jupiter, it was the first time we'd done it. It was we obviously didn't know the ins and outs, so it was a good experience. I took a lot from it. I think all the boys took a lot from it, and then obviously going on to this one, we learned from that one, and then we made it more like spread it out, so it was less like on the players. So I think we came here relaxed. We had a nice time to just do our thing. We had a training yesterday, and I think that put us in good stead for the game, and we came into the game with some good positivity. And then obviously first half, we set ourselves up, we went 1-0 up. I don't think we went behind through mistakes, it was just like, it just happened, that's football. And then second half we picked ourselves up, and I thought it was amazing, bro, the way we came back in the game. We had possession, we was passing, we was having attacks. So as a whole, I feel ecstatic to be a part of it and to be coming out on trips like this, and I thank the guys for putting it on and everyone connected to the club, really.
So I'll start with Elliot, but anyone else chip in if you want. Like, how do you rate your opponents today? Like, how do you think it? How do they match up to your usual sort of Saturday afternoon?
Oh yeah, no, they were brilliant. Like, if they was to say join any league in England, I think they would really excel. So no, they were brilliant opponents, and it felt like we were playing opponents back in England, to be fair. So yeah, it was good.
Anyone else? How do you feel? How do you feel you matched up against like Roter Stern today?
I mean, it was different. It was like there were some of them were like massive and big. They had like big players. Like normally, like in England, you like have like big centre backs and that, and then you have like these whippy like wingers. But there was like some of the wingers I was playing against were like massive. And I was like, especially on like
number 11.
Oh well, the number 11 was whippy as. Like you had to like watch him. Like he's behind your shoulder, and they loved like switching up. The left backs and right backs were ready to run forward, and like the wingers were dropping in and they were sprinting over. You saw like we struggled in the first half a lot. We didn't really see it happening. Who knew what was happening? We were trying to push our wingers right up high to press, and their defenders were coming through and they were hitting these cross balls. And then like the second half, I feel like we realised that and we like rearranged it a bit. We were talking a bit more. Our back line was a bit more solid, and then we got to start passing the ball, and our midfielders like proper got back into it. So I think it was like really good.
Follow on from what Al was saying, Jimmy. Like, you played these international games now.
Yeah.
It's massively different from playing domestic games.
I think we're playing against players that have played together for a long time. They can play football. It's like pattern of play. Jeffrey's touched on it in training at times. It's like they already have their structures set up, so they know what they're doing. Like the first half, they kept the ball. It went from one player to the next. There was always two options, and that's what we're trying to bring into our game from playing at the back. I mean, a lot of the Premier League players are doing the same thing, but it's something that we're trying to incorporate into our team as well. And both the teams that we played against, they do it really well, they do it really quickly, and it's something that we're trying to incorporate into the team as well.
And I would say, I think like they were so organised, and we watched the game here yesterday, and both teams like super organised. And I think that's why after we made the change at half time, we went with two deep line midfielders and a number 10, because they stick to a very like robust structure. It actually had quite a profound effect on the second half, which is why we were able to kind of build more through the midfield. So I would say I wasn't at the Barca game, but I did see the friendly where the Catalan team came over and played at the Stray Dog, and like there's so much organisation in that, which kind of means you can, if you change your system even a little bit, and they're still kind of sticking to their own way of playing, you can make big changes in the game. And I think we saw that today, where first half we started well, then they kind of dominated for the second half an hour of the first half, and I thought second half of the game we got kind of on top the whole time because we've made that change. So.
Well, I suppose that leads back to Jeff then on that. Like, what do you think? Are there like tactical value in playing these sort of fixtures? Because obviously you've got like a team bonding sort of thing, but is there lessons you learn from these games?
Sorry. Just want to cut in. Obviously, massive team bonding on the journey that we took the excursion. I think that was part of the gaffer's plan. Part of the plan, that extra team bonding. But sorry. Go on.
Dortmund, Hanover, Berlin. We went over there.
Good sightseeing.
Yeah. No, I think if you're looking back to the Middlesex County League, we play a lot of multicultural kind of international teams there anyway. I mean, this team, in terms of the patterns of play, play very similar to Northwest London. In terms of it's 1, 2, 3, third man runs and it's back in behind, and they'll continue that pattern of play. Especially if they identify a weakness in our team, they'll continue to do it. So I think it's very good playing against technicians, because obviously when you're playing against your standard kind of Essex Olympian team, you pretty much know what to expect. It's going to be physical, it's going to be very direct, where this team is very much a case of just changing your style and can you adapt, can you play to a different form of formation, and can you kind of affect the game in a different way. And I think we did that, because I think physically we dominated them, which is unusual when we're playing against other sides probably back home.
And this is like a question for everyone, so anyone chip in if you want. Where do you want to go next? Where's the next international trip? Go on.
For me,
I'll go America, man. United States.
France.
United
You know what? It
States.
could be.
Since I haven't been, but United States, yeah, LA Galaxy.
I personally think a good trip, right? A well-planned trip could be a China trip. Me personally. China. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We can make it happen eventually, but. France. But yeah, no. Anywhere.
get that half-star hotel.
France,
I'll say.
Any team, really. Every team,
France?
every country.
Yeah, France. A lot of technical ballers in France, so I want to test myself.
for me, I'll put Sweden out there. I heard it's a good footballing
Holland
scene.
is a shout.
So
I don't think we're ready for Holland.
Sweden could be a good shout, but as far as it goes, I mean, the Spain trip and this trip, both for me is like just bonuses, you know. I've never thought I'd experience that in my life, and to be a part of it, I just feel privileged. Thank you guys for doing it, and yeah, we're just gonna roll on now. Wicked. Sweet. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for all the fans who've travelled as well. The ones over there as well. So it's a big thank you.
Definitely, thank you guys.